Don't engage alone. We do this together.
Yeah,
We got it! We got it!
New 52 book.
somebody clip this one.
Welcome to Under Two Capes. I'm Jared, and I'm here with Taladia Plays. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's up, everyone?
And today we are comparing the Ultimate Marvel Universe to the DC Absolute Universe. Because I figured this is pretty much an apples-to-apples scenario here, because that's pretty much what the Absolute Universe is supposed to be.
So basically, what you're saying is you're comparing a BlackBerry to an iPhone.
Except, I mean, yeah, I guess kind of. So when I was in college, one of the things they always used to teach us is define your terms. So let's talk about what the Absolute DC Universe is. So what this is, spinning out of the event of the DC All-In Special, there's this alternate continuity that was created when Darkseid blew up, died, and it was bathed in this energy because after Death Metal, there was this planet, this primordial Earth called the Elseworld. No one knew what it was. It was still forming. None of the other writers did anything with the planet, so that left Scott Snyder open to do whatever he wanted to it. So that's what he did when he brought in the Absolute Universe. He's like, I'm going to put that there. In this universe, Batman doesn't have his cash. He's young and he's ridiculously jacked and has a Batmobile that's a big ass dump truck that has artillery cannons on it.
It's a black
tank. Superman does not have any Superman does not have any what's the thing? Superman does not have any full Force of Solitude. Guillotina says, does your YouTube account allow you to use premium for free if it meets the 3-month monetization mark? I don't know, Guillotina. That's a good question.
I don't know.
And Wonder Woman was raised in hell. So that's really what it was. It's placing all these different characters in really extremely different scenarios. Now, the Ultimate Universe. Now, the current universe that Marvel is working with is the second attempt that they had for the Ultimate Universe. The first attempt was in 2000 when He Who Must Not Be Named relaunched Spiderman. And the idea was, let's modernize. So people want to get into Marvel Comics, but they also don't want to have to deal with the years and years and really decades of continuity that can be very intimidating. And I ran into this when I first got back into comics. So what they decided to do, let's make it where pretend like this universe is starting fresh. But what Marvel did that gave it an advantage over DC when DC launched the new 52 is that the Ultimate Universe didn't replace the main continuity. That was still going on the side, but this was its own universe. That's why. Yeah, go ahead.
And it was modernized.
Well, yeah, that's true. I mean, they still tried they still modernize in Marvel that they do that sliding time scale where they're oh yeah, that happened a long time ago. They don't give a specific time, but the thing about the first thing with the Ultimate Universe, whenever you upgrade your StreamYard plan, does it only last up until your monthly storage is reset? I have no idea. So in terms of of the Ultimate, in terms of Ultimate, of Absolute, the way this works now, as opposed to the new 52, is again, this is a side continuity running alongside the main book. It's not a reboot. It's just operating on the side which that's already the advantage the new Fit 52 it has, because you can start fresh with new continuity, and then you can actually and then he can actually that's the word. And then you can start with a new continuity, and then when you feel comfortable enough, you can jump over to the main book.
Yeah, I think the differences between I feel like with the Marvel Ultimate Universe was that for me personally, now it depends on which Ultimate Universe we're talking about here, because there's two Ultimate Universes, right? We've got the newest one, or the oldest one, the one which is like the 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
Which one are we referring to? Though?
Well, I was getting to there. So then what happened was, so Marvel writer Donny Cates, who like wrote Venom and was trying to bring back the Ultimate Universe, was supposed to write the new the Ultimate Universe, but he got into a car accident and was like out of commission for a while. So he's okay, good. But so they brought in Jonathan Hickman and relaunched the Ultimate Universe again. So the idea for this one is, so before the original Ultimate Universe was destroyed, the Ultimate Reed Richards became a bad guy called the Maker, and he traveled to the main universe. He and Miles were like the two survivors of the original Ultimate Universe. So what he was trying to do is he was trying to like create another universe, but he wanted to make it so the heroes wouldn't resist him. So what he did in this universe, in this new Ultimate Universe, was he traveled throughout time on his Earth and inhibited the circumstances that led to the superheroes getting powers. Like he stopped Peter from being bitten by a radioactive spider.
So basically what you're saying, he's the Victor Von Doom of the
Dr. Doom is a member of the Avengers in the new Ultimate Universe.
Yeah, because I'm just thinking about it. It just makes me think, right? What if this is what the MCU is going after, right? Where they're taking inspirations from the Ultimate Universe and putting it in the MCU, right? Because this whole thing for the comic side of it, I think it's very interesting. When I saw this, I was just like,
yeah,
it's like I'm just like thinking Reed Richards a bad guy, like.
Yeah, it's really dope the way he does. Because when you think about it, the hyper-intelligent villains are the most terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really weird when you say Victor Von Reed Richards is.
Hey, what's up, Tevia? Yeah, but so for this, I know the Absolute Universe has only had like one issue out per book. By the way, breaking news: Brit just sent me something. So Kelly Thompson did a Q&A for League of Comic Geeks.
Yeah,
and about Wonder Woman. So she said a couple of things. Would you like some scoops?
Yes.
So
please.
She says there were concrete plans to introduce Ferdinand eventually. Ferdinand was like her aide that was like a Minotaur. Yeah, but I'm just having fun here. Retro Space Theater. Issue 4 will introduce Etta Candy, a completely new character, and sneak peek at an unnamed, well-known Wonder Woman character. So who knows who that could be? The fill-in issues for 6 and I think 8 will be set entirely in the underworld. So we'll get a little bit more background on that. And she has about the first year of books planned out. So again, this is why this has the advantage over the new 52. It has a plan.
It has a plan.
At least for the first year, it's got a plan on what they want to do. And I think they just told them, plan out your stories for a year. So if it doesn't last, hey, we gave it a year and you can tell a complete story. If it does last, hey, we can expand it later.
Yeah, the thing is, so for the Absolute Universe, what I'm thinking is we're gonna get, I believe, 5 volumes. That's my guess.
I would say so. For that, for how long a volume normally is, which is about 4 issues, I would say that, yeah.
About five five volumes. But that I mean, William was saying to me from the Sci-Fi Center that the first volume is issues 1 to 5.
Yeah,
and that's the first volume. So if they're doing that on repeat,
that would be about 5 volumes, because that would be about. Well, it depends on if they release one issue per month, because there's 12 months, so one issue, so it'd be 12 issues. So that'll be about 2 or so years. But yeah, you can make that work if they vacillate in how many issues are per volume.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just really intrigued.
Yeah.
To see which direction they go from in terms of how they interact with some of the other heroes, to the point, or even bringing in, for example, Jimmy Olsen, or Superman, or I can't believe even saying this, and making Lois Lane an evil person, an evil person where she has to capture Superman.
Why did you say that name?
I said lame.
You still said the L word, bro.
Oh god. Okay, fine. You can play that. But still, she's an agent, right? So, and I'm just like, don't. I know you're gonna play it.
We have live footage of Lois Lane.
Ready the Armada. We will use the old ways.
No.
Except she's way she's way less cool. I don't believe Super Family should. No, Retro brings up a good point. Do not have a Super, which actually Retro. So that's the other thing. None of these heroes have a support system in this universe. So that there is telling you there's not going to be a Super Family, at least for like, I'd say maybe like the first couple of months. Let's give it at that.
I had a thought, Jared.
Yeah.
What if the Brainiac of this universe is merged with Lex Luthor, like in the animated show?
That would be interesting. That
Think
would
about it. Think about it from the ending of issue 1, right?
Yeah, where they basically have a Brainiac in like Area 51, I think. Yeah. That would work. By the way, Retro says Kara should be there, but she and Superman should not be on at the same time or constantly see eye to eye. Kara should just be the Superwoman. Well, my idea was that she gets sent as a baby, so it's kind of like they reverse the Kara. They reverse the traditional roles where now he has to be her protector.
Yeah.
That was my thing. Sergeant Garatina says, what about making Silver Banshee a former villain turned superheroine and our arch enemies being the Morrigan or okay. You could. Don't go too crazy with how many characters are brought into the Ultimate Superman. It's just right now, let's keep it as simple as possible and then build up to that in future issues.
Yeah, I mean, but the way I see it, it is right. Comparing it to issue number 1 of Ultimate to Absolute, which one do you think stands out for you personally?
Okay, so, and this is not just because I'm a DC guy.
Yeah.
It's because the Marvel ones, the characters still I mean, both were really extreme. This new Ultimate universe, they really went like they are very much they're different, but they're kind of the same. Like Spider-Man still quips. Tony is not drunk, but he's a little bit more quippy and stuff. So they kind of keep it consistent, but I personally like the extreme changes that the Ultimate Universe has brought in. And hell, DC must be doing something right because Absolute Batman was the #1 selling comic of the entire year.
Thank you, Scott.
100,000 copies.
Wait, I gotta say this. Can we get a hoorah or something like that?
It's over 400,000.
No, we need that.
I know. Here you go. It's almost like side universes / new 52 will work.
And we're gonna thank Scott Snyder.
Retro says the only way we could see groups like Teen Titans is if they were just kids who happen to come together and build each other without mentors. Yeah, I would say so. Absolute Teen Titans will have the Wally West Flash. Well, Wally West is going to be the main Flash. So as indicated by the Absolute Flash book.
Bart Allen would be cool.
Bart Allen would work. That would kind of work. Yeah, because Retro, Absolute Flash is going to be Wally West. He's not going to be a kid, or at least a kid enough to be Teen Titans. Tavia says, I'm curious, how will Absolute DC cross over with the main DC universe? Well, because what I don't know about the Marvel universe, but what I do know is that it's going to involve Darkseid in some way. Hence, in the case of the all-in special that they put out there, that basically teased as much of maybe Darkseid manipulates the Absolute universe to go to war with the main universe, kind of like in the first couple of pages of Secret Wars.
Or maybe it's like an Injustice.
Kind of. And you could have it eventually they realize they're being manipulated by Darkseid, and then all the heroes team up and go to war against Darkseid.
Yeah. But I think I don't know, when does the All-In Special #2 come out?
It's not coming out.
Wait, so they only did one
It's
issue?
just one.
Now? Oh, I thought it was multiple issues.
No, it's not. As far as I know, it's not. It's not. They might do a book in the middle, but as of yet, they haven't announced anything like that. I can see how things. And I believe Absolute Batman will challenge Prime Batman on what it means to be Batman. Yeah, exactly. I think that would be really cool. Yeah, there's no issue 2 for all. Otherwise, they would have announced that.
Oh man, that's.
I do have 2 copies of it because I got a variant cover.
Yeah, show it off for the people at home, guys.
So I got the main one. Wait, hang on. I picked up the wrong book. Hang on.
This is Jared at his best.
So I picked up the main one by Semper. I have the Absolute side showing because what's cool about these is it's a flip book, and what that means is, let me just get my tape open, is that it has one cover for the Justice League story, and then when you flip it, it's another cover for the Darkseid story. And then let me see here. It's a similar concept for the variant cover here. So what I got is, so this is the Mike Spicer cover. He's the one that drew the Darkseid story. So you have, here's the main DC universe side. Here's the Absolute side.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's kind of the way I went. I went kind of overboard with this Absolute universe because this is one of the few things that DC has been putting out that has actually excited me in a long time. What would Batman be like without a Robin? Would he be envious and sad to see Batman's greatest own family be proud? Well, having his own family with this one losing a father, it would be interesting. I think also main Batman, Absolute Batman would be kind of jealous of. Actually, no, main Batman would be jealous of Absolute because it's main Batman at least still had his
mother.
Absolute Batman still had his mother.
His Absolute universe had his mother, but at the same time, Absolute Batman didn't have Alfred, so I think Absolute Batman would be jealous.
Well, technically he does. Let's not say that. Technically he does.
No, but I mean he didn't have a butler, so he'd be a little bit jealous of that. In that, if you know, in the sense that he's not rich, he'd be jealous of the fact that he's not rich, right?
True. Oh, what are your superpowers again? I'm rich. Have you been checking out Ultimate Marvel, or did you guys potentially return to Marvel comics only for this? No, I mean. I've been reading a lot of Ultimate Spider-Man. I read a couple of issues of Ultimates. I read Ultimate Invasion, and I do typically I review Ultimate books on my member streams. But how would Absolute Wonder Woman think of mainstream Wonder Woman in her film with one of the girls? Well, for one thing, Absolute Wonder Woman would go, at least I'm written by a competent writer.
At least the Absolute Wonder Woman would be like, at least I read Lasso of Truth compared to
Actually, that's another one. I got 3 copies of that. So the story is, so when these books were announced, I pre-ordered the main cover and the Jim Lee cover. So here's the main cover, and here's the Jim Lee cover. Now, being a Wonder Woman fanboy as I am, and my shop had like a 3rd cover, I was like,
Okay. Might as well.
This is the Jeff Daycall cover. Plus, it just looks so pretty. I considered submitting this to be signed by Gal Gadot, but for her, I wanted a main Wonder Woman book and not like an absolute book.
Can you imagine if Gal Gadot did sign that though?
Well, she is signing a Wonder Woman comic for me.
No, but I'm just saying, imagine if you signed the absolute Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I know. Retro says Steve Trevor's officially dead, and let him stay that way for a while. I say they might bring him back within a few years. Yeah, because that's an interesting thing, Retro, because they killed him, obviously. Now, what I think, I don't think Tom King is going to go like 100 issues on his Wonder Woman run. Absolutely not. What I do, I think he's going to go 25 to 50 issues. You can mark that here, or less. Depends on how he wraps up this current arc. But my point is, it's like he killed Alfred, and Alfred's still dead. So what I think would probably happen is that they'll keep Steve dead for a while, because even DC knows that Steve Trevor doesn't work, or like as a love interest, it doesn't work.
He's a useless character. That's what we're basically saying.
Yeah, his usefulness ends as soon as she leaves the island. Once she leaves the island, his usefulness to her is over.
Or maybe after, like in the Wonder Woman film, where he leaves her, sacrifices himself, and that should be it.
Or any number of ways they could keep him dead for us, however long they want him to. I can see them keeping it dead. I can see them keeping him dead for a while. Because here's the thing about Steve Trevor: they haven't found anything to do with him since they put him back with Diana, because he's really useless.
If they do time travel again, I'm just like, no, don't do time travel.
All right. I keep forgetting to use this clip, but this is the best transition.
Time travel!
No, we don't need time travel.
Yeah, yes, we do. Time travel. I see us as an absolute win. They literally had a title that says, "What's the point of Steve Trevor?" Yeah. And that's and you know what's kind of funny? A lot of other people DM me that, Retro, and I literally said absolutely nothing. I mean, issue 2 of Absolute Superman is called Superman versus Lois Lane, and I'll go, I have been waiting for this for so many years. I am surprised they kept Alfred all dead, but Marvel kept Aunt May alive, which is dumb. Yeah, we know that. But
the thing, the Lois Lane versus Superman, I knew this would check Jared's bingo card.
If the absolute universe actually kills Lois, I'll have infinite. I will be a subscriber until my dying breath.
He'll be like this, and I am Comics League.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. There you go. But yeah, so going back to comparing Absolute and Ultimate. Now, I think the main Ultimate universe. I think that currently the side universe idea. Hey, what's up, Cameron? To be fair, at some point, Cameron. Alfred had to die. Yes. Hey, what's up, guys? I think that the way DC and Marvel have their universes set up now is better than it was back when like Marvel first did the Ultimate universe. Because at least with DC, it's like another universe as opposed to a reboot. So that in and of itself is helping. And when it comes to Marvel, they seem to be supporting it more. Now, the only problem is that you have some crappy books like Ultimate X-Men, which I'm like, everyone just wants to see Wolverine. They did announce Ultimate Wolverine, though, and the design looks freaking dope. They went with black and red for his color scheme, and I'm like, hey, Taladia knows that's a kick-ass color combination.
Yeah.
Specifically, Ultimate Marvel Universe, at least this one, I'm just wondering, what is your least favorite Ultimate X-Men? I haven't read it, but
yeah,
The premise is like literally the opposite of what interests me.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Ultimate X-Men as well.
I don't like the art, and I definitely don't like how it's not focusing on the good X-Men.
It's focusing on the bad X-Men.
Well, the ones that no one cares about. Retro says both Ultimates and Absolute are doing a similar thing with each other. Yes, exactly. What would these heroes be if we change 1 or 4 important pillars we saw and we are pleased? What are the changes you enjoy? Well, for one thing with me, I like the idea of Wonder Woman being raised in hell. Because here's why. It directly changes, like, I mean, it kind of changes, you would think. Here's the hole they almost fell into. Almost. They did not, but they almost. They could have easily made Wonder Woman like Kratos. And they didn't. She's still Wonder Woman. That is the part where I'm like, they got it. Because again, I was really concerned about all these books. And then when Ultimate Wonder Woman launched and is the second highest book for that month, that is something to behold. That is something to behold. And there was barely any Absolute Wonder Woman's at my comic shop when I picked it up. Whereas there was a stack of Tom King books there.
Well, I think, to be honest with you, I agree with you. Like, but like for example, right, the way they changed the origin of Superman.
I like that too. I also like how we spent a lot of time on Krypton, because that's always something with Superman books that they never really focus on.
That's always wondered. This could be like a what if scenario, right?
Yeah.
Because
what if they don't blow up Krypton? They make you think, but it's a red herring.
Yeah.
Like, what if Jor-El actually stops Krypton from exploding? Like, it's going to, but he manages on stopping it. But he sends Cal away to escape from the caste system on Krypton.
That would be interesting, you know?
And so Cal would not try and return. Jor-El told him the planet blew up in the little hologram.
And you know what? I can just see that being the case. And you know what? That would be interesting as a reader to be like, okay, a what if scenario. And you remember in the episode, in a Justice League episode where Krypton didn't blow up and Superman had a family and everything all there?
Oh, you mean what do you get for the man who has everything?
Yeah. In the Justice League episode, yeah.
It's based on an Alan Moore comic. Meme Zero says, I just love the fact that Ultimate Spider-Man is doing better than Amazing. Okay, so that's the other thing I want to bring up here. So I'm going to tell you guys a funny story. So Zeb Wells hops on Spider-Man. No one likes it. He's doing stuff that everyone hates when it comes to Spider-Man. So then Ultimate Spider-Man launches and puts Peter with MJ. They're married and they have their 2 kids. And guess what happens? Ultimate Spider-Man is like on its I think 4th print. It's like still being printed. And you know what happens? Zeb Wells is kicked off Spider-Man, which makes me think, now this could be the conspiracy guy in me. What if Absolute Wonder Woman performs so well or stays at this level of performance consistently, where DC is like, because the regular Wonder Woman book is still going down, it's trending downward, both in terms of rating and in terms of sales. So what if this book keeps trending, either trends upwards or stays flat, and DC is like, okay, we need to fix Wonder Woman, because at this point, they can't claim that it's just because Wonder Woman doesn't sell well. Because if Absolute Wonder Woman is dominating in terms of Wonder Woman books, there's no excuse for Tom King's book. So that's what I'm saying. If you don't want Tom King on Wonder Woman, don't buy his book. Buy Ultimate. I mean, God damn it. Buy Absolute.
Guys, he's having a Nick moment. Guys, he's having a Nick moment.
Stop it.
Clip it.
Stop it. No, don't clip it. it is honestly shocking that they're taking him seriously. No matter where he is still the heart of Marvel Comics. Yeah, exactly. I can see DC having a new writer for mainstream Wonder Woman book. The question is, okay, that's a good question. Kelly Thompson. She obviously has a handle on who Wonder Woman is. Let me put it this way, Tevia. Yeah, I would say Kelly Thompson, because she's writing a lot of the female character books. Like she's writing Birds of Prey and Absolute Wonder Woman. Absolute Wonder Woman I enjoyed so much, I'm going to pick up her other books like Birds of Prey and such. I may add those to my pull list. So her doing really well is making me pick up her other stuff. There you go. But yeah, I could see Kelly Thompson picking up the Wonder Woman book. I totally can. And then we'll see what she keeps from the Tom King run. Probably not a lot, because a lot of that stuff was crappy. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Because as far as we know, he could turn it all around. It's unlikely, but we'll see what happens. But in terms of like, so let me ask you this, Taladia.
Yeah.
I've asked you this quick question on another stream, but I'm going to ask it to you again here because of the topic of this one. And by the way, chat, you also can participate in this question. How do you rank the Absolute books?
Obviously, I would say Absolute Superman #1 for me.
Okay.
Right? Then it's Absolute Wonder Woman. Then Absolute Batman.
Okay. With me, it's the same except switch Wonder Woman and Superman.
Yeah.
Because after a year of hell on earth being a Wonder Woman fan, it's nice to get Absolute Wonder Woman has become my comfort Wonder Woman book. Now you may be wondering, Jared, why do you still pick up the Tom King book? To support the character and the artist. It's definitely not for Tom King. But yeah, it has to be those two because I have a bigger emotional connection to Wonder Woman and Superman, and I still like Absolute Batman. What do you want to say, Taladia?
I was gonna say I feel like with the Absolute universe, especially with Superman and Wonder Woman, the reason why I picked them as top 2, well, obviously because Absolute Superman is different. It's something we haven't seen ever, and the fact that Lois Lane, I know you're gonna play the clip, but Lois Lane is the enemy of this universe, which is great to see. And the fact for the Wonder Woman, the fact that she has a different origin, and it makes it looks like Kratos, and that is also cool.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like,
yeah, exactly.
I'm just like, yeah, this is something I want to see. As for Batman, well, Batman is Batman. You can't top that, right? Batman is Batman.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all I've got to say with that. Zeke says, Absolute feels short and Ultimate feels long term.
You can kind of go with that, I would say. Well, because as far as we know now, because in terms of in terms of the Absolute books, yeah, it looks like they have currently have a shorter plan. Now, again, assuming that the universe does well, I could definitely see them once they get to the point of like they're done with the story, they decide, let's keep this around. It sells well and people seem to like it, so let's keep it. Let's keep doing it.
Yeah. Tevia says
Absolute universe. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Tevia says Absolute Batman #1 for me. Absolute Wonder Woman is #2, and Absolute Superman #3 for him.
Mm-hmm. Super Wonder is the absolute greatest couple. They should be the Ken shipping comics. Okay, hang on 1 second. Where's the clip? I have a good clip for that. Okay, Retro, this is for you.
Amen.
There you go.
Absolute Dark Side, Absolute Universe Dark Sides, Absolute Standard is what a hero should be.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting. But so let's see. Now let's discuss. Let's do a little Q&A. So let's do a little question answer. So you guys can drop in the questions any comments you have about Absolute DC, Absolute, like whatever, Wonder Woman, general DC questions. Let's go. Ask his questions. Okay, so Tevia says, if Wonder Woman and Absolute Superman do become a couple, what do you think will happen? Sales. More sales than already is happening with Absolute. And that says a lot because there's great sales going on.
No. You'll be saying, Jared, business is about to get picked up.
Well,
that's what you should be saying.
Here's the thing, Tevia. If they do that and then bring in Charles Soule to write it.
Wait, did you just call me Tevia?
No, I was talking to Tevia.
Oh, I think.
If they bring in Charles Soule to write it, I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, right? Business is about to pick up. If you know what I'm referring to.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 100%. Plus, there's less of a reason not to do it now because you're in an alternate universe. You still have Chloe in the main universe. There's no reason not to.
Yeah. Plus, as well, she's got superpowers in that universe.
Well, plus, here's the thing. You don't even have to worry about Kelly Thompson or Absolute Superman. Just have the writers communicate, have a different writer, and tell them you don't have to reference what happens in Absolute Super Wonder. That's it.
Yeah. And, and to be honest with you, Superman and Wonder Woman sells. Like you have said on multiple occasions, Jared, Absolute Superman and Wonder Woman sell. In terms of compared to Rebirth or Dawn of DC, it still sells, and they still made a compact. Here's the thing, Jared. Right, I talked about this on Jay Heat's channel. They're making New 52 Wonder Woman relevant again, and they're making it a compact book for the New 52. And I knew that I had to bring this up with Jared. I was like, Jared, they're making the New 52 compact book for Wonder Woman. And I knew Jared would be excited for that.
The amount of new 52 Omnibuy that are coming out, my credit card hates me right now. Red Lanterns. I think they reprinted Wonder Woman. Nightwing. There's so many good new 52 Omnibuy that are coming out. How should DC handle this universe's writing? I think they should go with the scheduled times. The company takes a break with this line and have a good editorial team. They write comics less than main. I mean, if they can keep it up with once a month, yeah, go ahead. But be prepared for like delays and stuff is what I say.
Yeah.
A question. Speaking of Superman, apparently we got a rumor that Dan Slott is going to write Superman 2025. I am curious what the guys' opinion on news. I think he's writing. I'm not sure if he's writing Superman. I think he's writing Action Comics because they do that thing where they change writers every arc. It's in their like Action Comics superstars like thing. So if it's true with that, I'm like, okay, fine, because it's going to be a short story no matter what it is.
It's in their contract. They have to.
So,
Cameron says, I hope they do Absolute Super Wonder because I really want to see Lois fans' reaction, especially the ones that say Clark and Lois belong in every universe.
Yes, I would love that. I would rather have good comics that do not come out as much. That's true. But here's the problem with that, Retro. If they don't come out regularly, then people forget about the stories. Because we have a perfect example of this, Retro. The Earth 1 books were technically supposed to be an ultimate universe for DC, but they came out too infrequently that DC gave up on the plan for it to be one universe.
Do you mean Earth 2?
No, Earth 1. Remember those Earth 1 comics we covered?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The Earth 1 graphic novels were supposed to be one universe, but they fell apart because of that. Because the plan's changing. So, honestly, they do need a regular schedule to keep up with, because otherwise they run the risk of losing that.
But I'm telling you guys, right, this is what my prediction is. I'm still thinking either Batman, Absolute Batman or Absolute Wonder Woman will be top 2. Superman will be top number 3. I think that would be for my prediction for 2024, the rest of 2024.
Yeah, and by the way, Cameron says, in my opinion, Earth 1 could have been saved. They marketed better. Oh yeah, it could have definitely been saved, but DC is not known for being able to save stuff. as you guys know very well. Question: speaking of absolute DC, with the book selling well, I'm curious, what other characters do you think need an absolute DC universe version of themselves? So far, I think the Justice League is fine. Keep the Justice League. Start with the Justice League and make sure there's momentum. If there are, introduce other characters like Dick Grayson and other stuff in the absolute, like Batman and corresponding books, and then see where they are, because you don't want to overwhelm the audience. If you don't overwhelm the audience, then guess what? You can make this last for so long. That's it, because the audience will look past this. All you got to do is because that was a problem the new 52 ran into. They launched 52 books at once. So it's like if I'm picking up another book, if I'm going in for my regular comic pickup, and it's like, if I'm going in for my regular comic pickup, and all of a sudden I have 52 new DC books, and they're all saying, "Oh, these are great," what am I going to do? But anyway, I think that's a good place to leave it. This was a great episode. So you in the comments who are watching on the replay, let me know what you guys have more hope for, Ultimate or Absolute. You guys in the chat as well. So Taladia, where can we find you and what have you got coming on your channel?
Okay, you guys should check me out on Twitch and on YouTube at Taladia Plays. What coming up on my channel is tomorrow I'll be doing a live stream on my Twitch page where I'm going to be doing Hogwarts Legacy for the first time, as it's Christmas coming around the corner, so we'll be doing that. On YouTube, I'll be doing reactions to Superman and Lois on Tuesday. Then Wednesday, I might be doing a video as a prediction of when we would see the next DC video game. I might do that on Wednesday or Thursday, so stay tuned for that. And then also I might do another stream on Twitch. I'll let you guys know.
Heck yeah. So as for me, on Friday, so tomorrow we have CLD. Yes, I'm sorry, I'm confused. We have CLD, and on Saturday, Britt and I are going to be recording Super Wonder Legacy, which will be releasing on Monday. So for those that don't know, every other week is going to be a live stream. So this week is a recording, and we're going to be talking about Superman and Lois, and we're going to be putting in Wonder Woman instead of Lois, and we'll be talking about an interview my friend did with Tom King, and to talk about all the fun information with that. So that's what we got from Comics. But by Retro has one more thing. I think Diana would start a splinter team that would become the Absolute Justice League Dark. That'd be cool. I would definitely like that. But anyway, stay heroic, everyone. Remember, Lois Lane is Lois Lane. She belongs to General Zod. Zoe is the Maxibat for life. See you later.